Welcome to the channel. So it's a bit of a weird one. Everton are staging a protest against the board, but also against the manager that hasn't been appointed yet. They want a manager out that isn't even officially their manager. So it looks like Victor Pereira is going to be appointed as manager if Everton don't back out. And hundreds of Everton fans have staged a protest outside Goodison amidst their growing anger at Farhad Moshiri and the board. And they chanted "sack the board" and with growing anger over the running of the club. And a picture of former chairman Bill Kenwright was covered in spray paint actually, and other banners there that I can see are saying "No status, no optimism, Kenwright and Co. It's time to go. 27 years, soon to be 28." Amid growing anger over the running of the club, they chanted "sack the board," and it's obviously it's not going well for Everton. In my opinion, they're in a relegation fight. If you look at the table, they really haven't won in quite a while, and their form puts them in there. I think they might be like 4 or 5 points above getting sucked in, but in this league, I mean, they're basically 16th in the league at the moment. Leeds are above them, and they're taking a major gamble trying to bring a manager in that's never managed in England when they're in a relegation fight. Benitez was a major error. At the time, I said it was a major error. It's just inconceivable that a guy that's won the European Cup for Liverpool, your biggest rivals, can come to your club and do well. And also, like Benitez, in my view, is an overrated manager. Like he's hugely negative, falls out with people. He's not a, and they've sold probably their best player, Luca Dino, one of the best players, because he fell out with him for 25 million, which was actually Aston Villa have got the deal of the century there. So some of the fans want Lampard in instead. There was graffiti sprayed that said Pereira out, Lampard in, and again they've still not got uh, a manager sorted out, and the window's closing pretty soon, and I don't think they're going to buy anyone either. There is a fan group called 27 Year Campaign. It's a reference to Everton's time without silverware. Posted, they protested outside the Royal Liver building where the club's offices are based. They're calling for owner Moshiri to engage with supporters and read Moshiri, if you want success, then change this mess. And Moshiri's actually, it's pretty crazy that he's ploughed like half a billion quid in there. They've wasted 500 million pounds, and they really are a sort of a textbook kind of a case study in how to mess up a club. Like you think that money's enough? They've just signed just the randomest overpriced players, and for 500 million pounds, you really should be in the top four consistently if you had some type of strategy. They've lurched from manager to strategy, different strategies, youth players, foreign players, different styles of play. They make my club, Man United, look like a well-run club, actually, and it's just been a disaster after disaster. And I think the main thing is that Moshiri has got some people behind him who are rich, but Moshiri's involved in the running of the club. I remember that Everton bought the Turkish international Tosin, and I remember uh, Moshiri gave an interview saying, "I scouted him, I saw him," and I thought, "Wow, they're in big trouble." Because as much as we all think that we can scout players, when a chairman with no footballing knowledge is saying, "I scouted Tosin and we bought him," and he was a disaster. I think they paid 25 million quid for him. He was just a disaster. He just wasn't that good, and then you're up shit creek. It's like at United when the Glazers are blocking transfers. Like what knowledge do they have of football to block a transfer or to give a go ahead? And you see it sometimes down in the lower league clubs where some owner takes over and he's like sacking managers and blocking transfers and selling players and buying players, and like Oldham Athletic had it, but I think Mashiri's got away with it for a long time because he's spent quite a lot of money, or a lot of money's been invested. So people thought, okay, throw all this money at it and it'll be all right. But Everton are in dire trouble of losing their Premier League status. So I think this is going to get worse, and whoever's going to take over is going to have to just stay in the league and regroup. But it looks perilous, especially with financial fair play. Everton fans, what do you think? Please comment below. Cheers.